What's going on, guys? This is KZ, and in this video I'm actually going to be addressing a few concerns that were brought to my attention and share a few of my ideas about my gold guide that I had posted. And before I go any further, if you have not seen the guide yet, you can click the link right here, or there's going to be a link in the description below. And if you already have seen the guide, thank you for taking the time to hear my thoughts and ideas on how I started and my methods to farming the auction house. The first part I'm actually going to talk about is the auction house section, the few ideas that I went over in my gold guide. It took up a majority of it just because that is one of my core ways of making gold. Just to address my ideas behind this, I already know it's not for everybody. I totally understand that. Everybody has their own opinions and makes gold their own different ways, and that's 100% fine. This is just the way that benefited me the most, and it's always going to, and I've found out just what a beneficial way the auction house is to making gold in World of Warcraft. Second, I personally believe that the auction house should be something that most players learn just because it teaches you to passively earn gold with like little effort. It teaches you how to invest your gold and basically let the gold do the work for you. I know it sounds like a pyramid scheme, but I mean, once you get decent at it, I mean, you're just logging on to collect the gold from your auctions each day and reposting stuff and browsing a little bit for new ones. You don't even need to be on it often at all, honestly. I mean, the more the better, obviously, but casually farming the auction house and investing your gold is a great and easy way to make some serious money. The most important note I just want to say is that a few of you who probably didn't enjoy the video are actually concerned on why I didn't give a list or why I wasn't more specific. You guys, you should understand how broad the auction house is. I literally can't. For those who didn't like it or still don't understand, you should try and understand the bigger picture, because there's too many items for me to actually be listing everything. I mean, there's so much potential in different ways you can go about investing in the auction house. There's pets, there's gear, there's low-level gear, there's transmog, there's armor, there's literally just so many things. Those were just some off the top of my head. And it's up to you, the player, to find out which category you're most comfortable in, and then finding your own core items that you're comfortable basically reselling. So, any other gold making method in the game, whether it's like farming old raid, selling carries when you got some badass gear and you guys are farming Archimon carries in the current expansion, or whatever the case may be, any way you're currently making gold, all of those methods tie together with the auction house, and that's where you should invest all your gold that you're making in order to make more gold off the gold that you farmed for. Basically let the gold make more gold for you. If you're looking for a guide on how to, make X amount of gold in X amount of time by killing this mob over and over again, just one of those kind of guides, there's already a million of them out there. There's so many of those out there that people have already made. You should consider mine, the one that I have made, like the final boss guide for the auction house, because it's where all your gold that you farmed for is going to be put towards to make even more gold. And it's a long-term thing, because the auction house is the most sustainable, beneficial way to make gold in the game, and it's just overall one of the best methods. And I really encourage new players and then people who didn't really see this as beneficial, or who just don't quite understand still, to keep trying, because it's a long-term thing. It's a long-term learning process, especially when you're just getting new to the auction house. It's like a whole new economy and stuff. I didn't learn it all right away. I mean, when I started a while ago, it took me little by little. I was keeping my circle really close with the items I was buying, and it just evolved from there, and you get better over time. That's basically how it is. But I mean, it seriously does not hurt you to just check the auction house often each time you log on, because it takes very little time. And two, I mean, why not just check the main categories that I mentioned in my video? You learn the prices fairly quickly, faster than you think you might. And there's not even a need to invest any gold at the start. You don't even need to do anything for a while if you don't want to. It just comes down to familiarizing yourself with all the items or certain items on the auction house. It's the best way to get started if you're still concerned about that. Just learning and browsing and getting used to what you're going to be getting into and reselling. Okay guys, and one final thing I just wanted to address is the other kind of fun note I mentioned in my gold guide video. It was a way that is optional to make gold. It is commonly referred to as the ZK method by a few of you guys, and it's, you know, established a little controversy since I uploaded the video, which is kind of funny. But I mean, I just need you guys to understand something. These so-called dupers that I mentioned in the video, they hack the game, okay? So it's seriously nothing to be upset over. The success chance is obviously very low of pulling this off. That's why I've only pulled it off about like 10 times, legitimately myself. I have only done it about 10 times, even soon to be 11, because, you know, it does happen occasionally. It's just one of those no harm, no foul kind of things. And lastly on that, a normal player selling something wouldn't go through the steps needed that I mentioned in the guide to even do this, to even sell something. They're not, I'm sorry, but they're not that dumb. I mean, just because they're more aware and they're smarter than these guys, they're a common player. And regardless, it's just, you know, it's an adrenaline rush, and it's just a fun little way worth trying. I mean, it's one of those why not kind of things. It's been very successful and benefited me a lot a few times, and I'm already hearing success stories from other people. So it's just a fun little thing to try. Anyways, I was going to keep this kind of fair and short, but thanks for listening in, and I hope if you guys are newer to this, you guys give it another try and try to get better at it. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.